Warhorse, L7X. What else would we talk about? Gold letters? Maybe. What's going on, everyone? Oh, I forgot to lower that. So cool. Thanks for tuning in, guys. It is Friday. This is the Late Live, where we just have fun. Just got done with the Rolling Thunder. Talked a lot about, just everything we got going on. Always marine audio, car audio, a little bit of home audio. If you guys got questions, drop them down below. We're here to have a good time. But I got a fancy intro just for you guys. Patreon's already seen it. Well, $10 and up. Appreciate all my Patrons, but I have to give those guys something special once in a while. So let's get this intro going, and I'll see you guys in 3 minutes. Hold tight. We got the quad box. Each CX1800 is wired at half ohm. Let's see what we can get. We are in the kick and sealed up first. Watts. Let's try Outlaw. Turn up the gain. 149.8 volt clamp at 1300. That ain't bad, because we have a car seat back here. We got a car seat, well, 2 car seats, and I'll take it, man. 150.2, clamping 3,000 watts. Well, 3,200. Not bad at all. Test 2, I did it off camera. We got to just burst into it to get louder. Can't roll into it, electrical dies. Let's see if we can get that 150.4 again. That's a 46 hertz, frequency lower too. That is awesome. That is awesome. All right, now if you see this, oh, there's some mud there. If you see this, it's because I tried to get even louder. The tests I previously did had the box all the way slid back, and I remembered whenever I did this the first time, the box was slid all the way, well, not all the way back, but pretty close. So let's slide this thing back. Box is slid back. Let's get it. All right, meter's back into kick, box is slid back. What is going on, everyone? Loudest score ever, right there, 150.6. 3,300 watts. That is awesome. Got something for you, Jeff. Now, was it worth it? Absolutely. Absolutely.
Listen out for sound.
I did it. I did it. I did it. I beat my highest score ever, a 150.6 with the quad box. Wiring down with the new amps that were 1 ohm stable versus 2 ohm stable. I can demo it all day, every day. My electrical, it doesn't like it so much, but we don't care. As long as it's playing and it's not shutting off, that's all that matters. And Jeff, I wanted to throw out this. We got another bearded dragon supporting this show, so I just want to throw that out there. Thank you, Jeff, for throwing that on Facebook. Let me know his name. I forget his name. Was it Billy? I forget what it was. It wasn't Beardy, though. We know Beardy, and that's awesome, man. A bearded dragon funded TV show, I guess you could call it. That is awesome. I love the little stuff, man. Thank you guys so much. We got William. What is going on, William? Hey. Living loud with Andy. Friday late night for the win. You're a rock star. Keep doing what you do. Thank you, William. Love you, man. Thank you for always tuning in. Congrats on the 150. Thank you, man. You know, it's just, I've done a 50.4 before, but I really had to slowly roll into it, and it would just, if I didn't, it would just kind of shut down. And I'm like, man, why is this doing this? This is, it works for SPL, but I can't play music. That's no fun. So, plus Kayla needed some amps, so she's getting the 2 ohm stable ones. And, you know, I might make a continuance video on this because I don't know how many people are buying the quad box, but if you are, I feel like 2 of the CX 1800s, and if you wire that quad box down to half ohm per terminal block, per amp, you're going to be louder than you would with the KXA 2400. Now, it's not for your normal person, you know, like of just rewiring subwoofers. It's not that hard, but it's not that simple either. It's easier just buying a KXA 2400 and calling it a day when that was available on Kicker, and I still see them floating around, but you can still get the CX 1800s, and I feel like this is the perfect way to do it. I tried just the 2 ohm versions and it worked, but I wanted more. You always want more. Deviant, thank you for tuning in. Appreciate you, man. Love all you guys, man. Billy, that's the name. I remembered the name. I wasn't sure. That is Billy. We got Billy and Beardy. That is awesome. We got another dynamic duo, it seems like. Appreciate you guys. Cornut, what is up, man? Appreciate you guys tuning in. Cody, what is going on, man? I want to know what kind of system you're boiling up there. He actually, I don't know if I threw a video on that yet. I have a lot of footage from Slamology. He had 8-inch home audio subwoofers in the back of his car. And it worked, man. It definitely worked. Yes, a bearded dragon. We got V13. We got David Koslick. We got Colby. Who else do we got here? Jeff Wallace. Thank you guys for tuning in. 150 on the quad box. Would you look at that? You just gotta look at it. And it does it without even sneezing, man. 150s all day. That's what I wanted. As it was before with the old amps, the highest I could get was a 48.7. It wasn't enough. It just wasn't enough. SJC, thank you for tuning in, man. Computer is running full tilt boogie. It's good. It's going great, man. Thank God, right? Thank God. Congratulations, Cornut. I don't know what Cornut won, but maybe he has a DeLorean and he already saw who won the caboose. I do not know. Sean Lynn, thank you for tuning in, man. Appreciate a lot of you guys, man. That video I did on the gold letters, man, almost 17,000 views. That's insane. That's definitely a record for me. I cannot wait to get some L7Xs. That video is going to be even better. It's going to be hard to really put it through its paces, but I got enough electrical, I think. We'll figure it out. Bob was just telling everyone what is up. Thank you for tuning in. You got to do it, man. When you're on all these shows in the comment section, you got to say hello to everyone. Otherwise, it looks like you're walking into their house without saying hello. It's just, it's not normal. I know I got over here on the side here just to check out things. I got the YouTube going over here because I wanted to see if my internet drops at all and, you know, see how it works. You know, I did a few things to upgrade the internet where prioritization and with the Nighthawk, separate router, and you know, just a few things here and there. And I listened to the last show on Tuesday, and there was only a pop in the very beginning of the show, and the popping was from internet. And beginning of shows, that makes sense. And I think I heard like one other one throughout the other hour and 15 minutes, so it definitely made a difference. I know, I'm glad 13 is here, man. Appreciate you guys. Stormy Young, hello everyone. Thank you for tuning in. Appreciate you guys. William, 150.6 dB on quad box. Would you look at that? Would you just look at that? Look at that sweet bass drop. That's what I was saying. I was just looking at it. You know, it's, I did the math and I was nervous. I'm like, okay, listen, I got these 2 ohm stable amps and I'm running them at half ohm and they're doing okay. My rise is to 1.5 times 3 and I'm like, the that's kind of low, and I don't know how well the other frequencies, the impedance curve is. I didn't really do that much testing, but I'm like, it should be around or above 1 ohm. And Kicker makes great stuff. So if this amp's at half ohm and it's, you know, clamping full tilt boogie at 1.5, which it's not stable at, and it's barely shutting off, and I'm like, well, if I get the 1 ohm stable and I'm wiring it half ohm, it would make sense that that amp shouldn't shut off as much. And boy, was I right. I ran into a few problems though, and I'm going to get into it a little bit later, but we got to do the housekeeping, man. But I got a lot of things situated, more work I have to do, but it is banging, and I'm happy. Dave Bradshaw, thank you for tuning in. I have to say, I love the old Kicker Gold back. They need to keep that look. Yeah, man, this thing is just... Oh, we'll bring out the 15. Tuesday, we brought out the 10. Let's try not to break anything here. Yeah, the backing is... Oh, this thing is... Oh, there goes my headphones. This thing is awesome. Freaking awesome. I love... The back does really make it. You know, that's why it was my thumbnail. I'm like, man, this thing is just retro, old school, really, you know, putting a light on the beginning of Kicker. Absolutely, dude. Oh. Bear with me here, guys. All right. Appreciate you tuning in, Dave. Appreciate you guys. V13 scored a hotel. Huge job, probably close to 50K. What's up, 13? I feel like the Maytag man right now. I'm missing the conversation. Deviant has arrived. Cornet has retired. I don't think Cornet's going to retire. Well, maybe actually not from Car Audio. If Cornet was my mailman, he'd probably hate me. Cornet! What's going on, Scott? Thank you for tuning in. Yeah, again, that episode we just did was awesome with Alan, man. Mario Hernandez. What is up, Andy? What is up, Mario? Thank you for tuning in. I forget which camera I'm on half the time. Appreciate that you're here. You know, obviously Friday we just do whatever, but I'm like, man, I got these amps in. I need to meter it because I was having a few problems. And it comes down to literally the key lock, or the key lock. Yeah, the key lock, the main one that restores, you know, and gives you a flat signal. You got to make sure that you're giving it a full 20 to 20. And let's just say I found out afterwards by trying to put a bunch of power, new amps, means new gain settings and all kinds of stuff, that the key lock was giving me problems in the beginning. And I kind of, you know, threw some butter on it and just chowed down, and I dealt with it, and I made it work. But then when I'm doing all this power, new amps, and when you wire down, they're extra sensitive. And I'm like, man, this just does not sound nice. Does not sound healthy. It sounds hollow. There's something up with it. And I always blame the key lock. You know, it was a little bit of the electrical. I mean, 10 volts at times, it can hit down there. Maybe it's the electrical. No, I actually took... Well, I'm just going to get to it. I took the, because I really have two systems in there. I have a stock sub-location that has a Kicker Comp RT 8 in there, and it has a DX 250.1, but I have it unhooked unless I take the quad box out. I'm like, you know what? Let's skip the key lock. Let's go to the KISS lock, which is the one that just hooked up to the stock, and let's just use those RCAs and see the difference. Night and day. And that doesn't have any kind of DSP to give you that flat signal. It's an amazing line out converter that gives you up to 8 volt pre-out clean, but there's no, like, you know, audio restoration going on in there. So knowing that, I'm like, man, this thing sounds clean. It's banging. It's not... If you guys ever had a key lock and you pushed it past the setting that you've calibrated at, you know what I'm talking about when you have ANC and all kind of, you know, phase control. Your speakers start to go wah, 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 and the bass is gone. And it's like, what is that? That's gone. It's totally gone. And, you know, there was more problems I ran into, and I actually had to have Kayla help me out and just, you know, just someone to be there. And I figured it out, and I'm going to get to that in a second. I got to get to your guys' comments, man. I could sit here and talk all day, but I got to say hi to you guys too. Sean Lynn, for a single 10-inch application, do you recommend a ported Comp R or CVX? I mean, man, if you're gonna go ported, CVX is the woofer to do it. Comp R, I mean, you know, yeah, it's gonna sound good too, and they do well in ported boxes and sealed. I feel like the CVX is more oriented for a ported enclosure, at least from the tile small parameters, especially the 15. I could look at it exactly, but just from my knowing, yeah, I would go with the CVX. And you know what's crazy? The Comp Gold literally has more excursion than the 12-inch or the 10-inch CVX. So it depends what amp you're running. You could try a Gold 10. It's going to have more throw than the CVX 10. But is the CVX going to be maybe better in a larger or smaller ported enclosure? That's where you kind of have to look at those things. I can get more into it, you know, but I mean, that's kind of why we have the Patreon, we have the Discord. Usually you guys don't bother me on Patreon, but when you do, I am there to answer you guys. That is what it is for that one-on-one, you know, for specific questions like that. Appreciate you guys. Let me scroll down here. Yeah, we know, Scott. We know. You gotta say hello. You gotta say hello. Hold on. I'm getting lost in the comments here. I'm getting lost. Dub! Hey Andy, I've been staring at the fish since Scotty's stream. Why the heck is Kicker yellow now? Why the heck is he Kicker yellow now? I don't know. Does he look yellow? I mean, the gold flakes, goldfish flakes might be coming off. I don't know, man. I didn't mess with anything with the lighting. He's doing pretty good. I added some water, Ashy, just so you know. I still haven't put my thing here, but the water was getting really low. I got it painted and built over there. I just have to have Kayla help me out and switch it over there. Mike J, thank you for tuning in. I seen you on the Rolling Thunder. Appreciate that you're here. Colby says he wants to retire. Mike Madison, this guy, if you want a Solo X spare drop-in or a Solo X, if you give him the right price, he would be the guy to buy one off of. He's got like 40 of them. Appreciate you tuning in here, man. Okay, so Cornut definitely, he actually retired. I remember him talking about that. So he actually retired. So now he has all the time in the world to play with his subwoofers. That is amazing. I can't wait. I don't know if I'll ever retire. I mean, could you call this a job? I really wouldn't call it a job. But my full-time job, who knows, man? You never know. Let me scroll down here. Very soon, I've got nothing but time. Jeff Wallace, appreciate you tuning in here, man. Let me see. What did I miss down here? Whoa. I hit the space bar and it just went crazy. Mike, how do you feel about loving car audio so much and not have 30 subs and 100,000 watts and all the fancy stickers? You know, whenever that time comes, that would be great. But looking back now of where I even am today, it's kind of like if I would have had things earlier, you know, I wouldn't have appreciated them so much. And whenever the time is right for you to appreciate the things, God does put them in your life. I am a firm believer in that. You know, one day, man, one day. Honestly, it's just family comes first, man. Family comes first, and I'm blessed to be able to do both. 100,000 watts would be nice. You know, I feel like I would never be able to play that stereo in my town. It would be Walmart parking lot or Route 30 in the turnpike only. You know, it's just, that would be insane. When my neighbors would complain about my stereo, I'm like, listen, I am quiet compared to so many guys. You know, and it's just, it doesn't matter how loud you are, dude. There's some guys that are, they got 30 subs, 100,000 watts, and they don't even know how it works. Or they just might not really, they're in it for the wrong reason, or maybe they just been in it for so long and finally they made it to that point. Everything happens one step at a time, man. You don't need all the gigawatts, man. You don't. William said, I clicked the thumbs button 5 times. It only counted as 1 time. Geez, come on, YouTube. I think you just gotta ask Acoustical Arts. Ask him, and he'll tell you how to do it. Just gotta make a few accounts, that's all. Let me scroll down here. Deviant. Question for Andy. How many likes is Beardy's pick up to now? I don't know. I actually threw that up on my YouTube channel page, which I try not to annoy you guys too much because it's not Facebook. You already got me on Facebook if you got Facebook. So I try to keep it limited. But, with the gold letters and Beardy for the 100th anniversary episode for Kicker Unmasked, I had to throw it up. Woo! I think he's doing pretty good there, Deviant. I think he's doing pretty good. What do we got there? 88 likes. Beardy got 88 likes. That's really good, especially for my channel, man. That's awesome. That is awesome. 100%. You need to give a demo video of those gold letters going, man. You just got to. Baba, yes, you guys gotta rock it out your way. Can't wait to see build vlog of V13 system. That's gonna be awesome. Get the gimbal ready, Jason. The gimbal. Is that the camera or is that the gimbal? I forget what that is. Absolutely, man. I'm waiting on that. Andy, it's pronounced teal, not tile. Teal small parameters, tile small parameters. I don't know. 2 guys invented it. That's where you get the names, their last names. What's up, Mike? Let me see. Sean Lynn. Again, is there a series subwoofer you suggest be run in a sealed box out of curiosity? Going back to my Comp R CVX question. I mean, honestly, every driver's going to act different depending what type of enclosure you put it in, the size of the enclosure, what you're trying to get out performance-wise, and the power that you have. I don't know. I mean, if the CVX does lean towards supported, I don't know about the 10 per se, because that is a smaller driver, and just, how things work and how they design speakers. And a lot of kicker stuff, they do work very well in both. And they usually have pretty wide ranges. Maybe the Comp R, maybe, but I don't know. If you're going with sealed, I feel like, make sure you have the power behind it to kind of make up for maybe the lack of output, but you get better bandwidth a lot of times. What is going on? I'm late. What is up, fam? Thank you guys for tuning in, man. We got a few new people tonight. I'm glad Mike's here. Mike Madison. I used to go to him a lot for Solo X questions. Feel small parameters. That is it. Jay Lee, thank you for tuning in. We got a few new people. I'm telling you, man, when you gotta throw a video out, gets a few views, you get a few new people tuning in your live stream, and that's awesome, man. It's getting serious. Let me scroll down here, guys. Very good answer, brother. I miss my small setups. It's a little bit more impactful when you get a lot of bass out of something small. When you have a bunch of woofers, bunch of power, it's like, man, this better get loud. And if it doesn't get loud, you just you did something wrong, and it just, like I said, it's just kind of more rewarding, I kind of, with the quad box, I kind of, I already know, yeah, I can get a little bit louder, put in a smaller vehicle, do a few things, and it's just like small gains, and it's just kind of like, I'm good with what it's at, and it's like you could throw more in there, and that's the whole point. You throw more, you get more, but it's fun to find out, oh, well, that box does a 45 on 1,000 watts. It does a 40 on 500. In learning how speakers work, and with the vehicle they're in, the orientation, everything. And man, you got to learn that stuff. If you don't, you're really going to be asking a lot of people a lot of questions and maybe wasting a lot of money when you have a lot of equipment that's very expensive. I'd rather, toast a few amps that cost a few $100s than a couple thousand, because I'm like, oh man, I forgot that I had this wired wrong and this input voltage was too high, or whatever it may be. It's a little bit funner for sure. Trust me, man. If money wasn't an issue, yeah, I guess I would probably have maybe a system that's bigger, but with what? I really love my Cookie Monster build with the single solo X18. The quad box works perfect for my daily vehicle. Yeah, maybe Kayla's car, but is she going to be happy if I just fill it up with a wall of subwoofers, 4th order or 6th order, whatever it may be, if money wasn't an issue? It's already bad enough I'm using her car for a 210-inch L7X build. It's probably going to do 50s, on like 3 or 4K. It's going to be great. But even if money wasn't an issue, I feel like just vehicles, I don't have a van. I have a SUV that's for the family, and that's kind of where I'm at right now. And eventually, once it's paid off in 2 years, then I can start searching for another vehicle if, everything works out right, and then Pilot's mine to do car audio with, and then it would be the main price, I think I'll be okay. Like I said, everything happens in due time, man. I cannot wait. Dub, Andy, could you possibly show everyone the new shirt design I sent you? Not yet, Dub, because I'm going to throw that up. That's behind the scenes stuff. That's me and you, Dubby. That's me and you. I got you, bro. Trust me. Art's like, ask Andy, he has more than one. Andy's extras. I got more than one. Sometimes you'll see an after show on Andy's extras. Man, we got 40 people in there tonight. I just want to say thank you, guys. It's a Friday show. This ain't nothing. Tuesday is going to be crazy, and I'm telling you guys to stick towards the end on Tuesday. I'm telling you. I don't want to say too much. I'm telling you, I'm going to have to make a phone call. Bubba, isn't teal a color? Teal could be a color. Beardy OF shirt. Yeah, absolutely. CVX all the way, man. I love the CVXs. I almost bought one, but instead I bought an 8-inch L78 just because. But it's like, when you're looking for stuff, I got a couple $100 extra. What should I buy? What am I going to do with this 15, though? I don't know. And it's fine because I got the gold letter CVX, the gold letter 15, which has a little bit less X-Max than the CVX. But if you go down to the 12 and 10, the gold has more X-Max than those. So either way, great drivers. I really like the 15 though, and I want to try it in the same enclosure that I have a CVR 15 from 2003, the gray cone. I want to try them in the same enclosure and look at the specs because I feel like it's going to be relatively the same. And those CVRs, those are usually the ones people were like, man, those were the best subwoofers. They never blew up. They sounded great. And it's just great stuff. Mike. Whoa. StreamYard glitched. That was not the computer. That was StreamYard. Mike, Andy, you are dropping solid knowledge. Hopefully they listen, bro. That's why I like doing this stuff, man. Just helping out, especially the new guys. Just to keep it kind of simple, man. And I like to listen to people smarter than me, too. So I actually learn some more, It's give and take, man. I kind of wish, I had a few people, but not many, honestly. I don't think I would have ran a prefab on 500 watts with 4-gauge wire from Walmart if I had a few more friends back then that would have helped me out a little bit more than just giving me some cheap Scar or Shark amp, Scar too, but not Shark amp, on stock electrical, man, and be like, here you go, have fun. That's why I like doing what I do to help these guys out, man. Is StreamYard messing up, or is that the computer? Let me know if you guys see anything. I don't know, it just went blank on me for some reason. It didn't come blank on the ATM, it's just on StreamYard here. Sean Lynn, again, if you weren't a big square subwoofer guy, what would you be running? If it was just the Kicker products that they had today, and if it was just Kicker, yeah, CVX is hands down. Qs are nice, but CVXs are more my style, and, it's the next best thing to an L7S, so that's probably what I would do. I don't know, man. I like square. I like it. If I can get it, I will run it because it's so cool. 20% gain of cone area or not, how much of that is actually real and how much of it is gimmick and how much is it, actually make a difference because the enclosure needs to be bigger, the port needs to be bigger, and whatever variables there are. I like the shape, man. I think I like being a little bit different, and I feel like Kicker is just known for that square woofer, man. The round ones are cool and all. Trust me, they're a little bit easier to put in different boxes or put in your doors. The ST speaker series can be a little bit hard. About a week or two, Seth's going to be coming over to help me out with my doors, fiberglass, shag, all that fun stuff. I got to buy some shag, speaking of which, God. B13, I don't miss small setups. There's pros and cons with everything, just what this channel is. But, I don't know. Big ones are nice when they're running good. And then when you got a problem, you are looking through 8 amps instead of 1 or 2. Oh, man, why is this amp going in protect and these ones aren't and everything's literally the same? Mira Aragon, thank you for tuning in. Warhorse, need it. They just talked about that on Tuesday. John was saying that they're going to have the Warhorse available Q3. I talked about it on the Unmasked After Show. But, it's coming. It's coming, guys. Trust me. Trust me. What's going on, Adam? What is up, Andy? Chillin' writing code for SPLLabPro.com. Listening in on my new Kicker headphones. Yeah, you got the Cush NCs, bro. How do you like them? They're my favorite pair. I'm not no audiophilia person with, infinite baffle headphones and all that fun stuff. But I think they sound great and they do the job, man. They really do. Appreciate you tuning in, man. Always working on the SPL Lab stuff. When you have kids, it makes it not work. I wouldn't be where I was if I didn't have kids, I'll tell you that much. Kayla would be awesomely surprised. A wall build for the win. She wouldn't be mad, but she wouldn't be happy. I think that's pushing it. Andy, am I going to like the Cush NCs they're shipping? Yeah, just like I was telling Adam, man. I like them more than the Tabor 2s. The Tabor 2s get down, don't get me wrong. They get down. But the Cush NCs just sound really good now. If you're just trying to get that Candy Cush bass vibrators on your ears, it's not going to give you that bass. It's not. It's clean bass. But it's not like, it's going to rear down the bass when it's too heavy. It just automatically does it all without you even, it sounds good. I when I first got these, I did put them through the paces, playing rebass stuff, and at very low to mid levels, it would do it and it would sound really good at 20 to 30 hertz. You could hear it. And then obviously if you turn it up more, all you heard was the 40 and up, because it's just gonna, skew back those low frequencies. Plus it's hard to hear that when everything else is just, it's more in that playable range of what the headphones can do. For a $200 pair of headphones, MSRP, and when they were on sale, they were $129. Excellent, man. Baba says yes, more swag. Need to get more signed shirts, Andy. This time, put a clipboard between the front and back. I know. I was being all particular with the signed T-shirts, and I'm like, man, making it straight so whenever I'm signing it, everything was okay. And then through the back, it went through. I'm like, are you kidding me? And I didn't even notice until the day after, because I'm hanging them so they dry and they don't bleed through. Didn't even realize. And I did all of them like that. I'm like, man, God darn it. It's too late now. But hey, you know what? Next time, that was the first time me really signing anything other than Scott Dilbeck, that 1 amp for his Kicker amp that one time. But that was it, man. And I'm just happy that I was able to do that for you guys. I'm trying to find a picture here of the signed T-shirts that we, Bubba made it happen. I just had to do a few things here and there. Well, here's the one photo here. Oh, you know what? It didn't even... I kind of like my hardwire connection of the screen share on my phone. It's a little bit better and it's always there. This one's just Bluetooth, so it's like nicer, you know, for that. But yeah, you can see the signature down there and it kind of went through the back, but it's okay. It's okay. Sorry, guys, but I appreciate you, man. And just, I was able to get these out to the guys, the OGs, man, and a few other things too here. Some kicker clocks. Coronut, Bobby B, you know all about that, man. Awesome, awesome stuff. I'm learning, man. I'm learning. Appreciate you tuning in, Bob. I love you, buddy. Annie giving out them kicker gold letter subs on Tuesday. I don't know about that, man. You know, I want to do a giveaway. It's not happening until 5K. We already do enough from kicker, and I'm telling you guys, Tuesday, please tune in. You're not going to want my gold letters after this. You're not. End of the stream. I'll see you guys. Dying. I love the CVX, man. Never had one, but I heard them. Mike, I had a friend hand my butt to me in the lane while running 3 CVX 12s against my single solo X18. Just like you're saying, play it smart. Right. You know, the CVXs, they're like the L7s. They have very similar motor structures and just, you know, coils and just spiders. They're pretty similar. Just one square, one's round, and a few differences. Solo X18, that's like having, what, 20 inches of a round sub, you know, and the CVXs are 312s. So you're going to have more cone area. He adds you on the cone area to begin with. So don't feel too bad. But, you know, just like anything, man, you know, how much space do you got? You know, that guy probably had 312s in his trunk all lined together or whatever it happened to be, you know, and you got 118 where you could have had 2, you know, or whatever the situation is. And hand in hand. But yeah, you got to play anything smart. With the quad box being on 2 CX1800s at half ohm, I am able to get every single watt out of those 1800 watt amps. Like I am getting 1650 dropping to 10 volts. Like that's not each. That's not, I should be able to, you know, get more with higher electrical just because the type amps they are. But do I need to? Not really. I wanted to get more everywhere rather than one place. And I am. And with that, I do not have an adjustable subsonic, which kind of sucks, but again, I go and tell people this all the time, you know, do what you preach. Play what your enclosure works at. Don't try to play put on whenever you're clamping a crap ton of power, because you're going to start unloading very quickly. Yes, you can set subsonic frequency, you know, levels, but honestly, anytime I did, it just didn't sound good. It's just like the bass was just gone and it was cutting into where I didn't want it to. And, you know, it's not really worth it. Just play the songs that work and play it smart, man. That's all you can do. Shark 35, man, I still got that on my wall hanging there with Soda's signature because I bought it from him and he actually installed it for me. Yeah, that's, you know, just cause. He was a dealer for them at one point before, you know, they cut ties with him. But then he went towards Audio Pipe. Now he's with American Bass. And I'm surprised Audio Pipe didn't even say nothing to him. That's why he fell out with them. But now he's with American Bass and Bob, so. I'm trying to convert him to kicker secretly. No one knows that until now. I've been forever. And he's like, man, if they make a sub that takes a lot of power, then I'll do it. Oh, buddy, they're coming, man. I'm telling you, man, he's got a flat wall and it's rectangle. Usually he has like 810s or 418s or whatever it is. Just line them up, man. Get all the cone area you want. And just he's got 64,000 watts on tap, you know. He had like, I think he had 8 8Ks, 8 8Ks, wired at half, one of them stable, you know. Lots of power. I think he has more now. I'm not sure what he's doing. Mike, Andy, have a great night. I'm glad to finally join a live and see what you're up to. Appreciate you tuning in, man. It's been a long time. I'm glad you were able to tune in tonight. Yeah, every Tuesday and Friday, man, if you can make it. Appreciate you, man. These guys want to know about the L7X and Solo X stuff, man. This guy knows a thing or two about them. Andy's stunting with the Unmasked Cup, but I have some too, bro. Man, go to kicker.com. Go buy some Unmasked Cups. They're $2. Come on. They're $2. You're going to go to Walmart anyway and buy some cups. Get some Kicker cups. I love my Cush NCs, man. They're great. They really are. You know, I know they're out of stock, but I need to see if they have another pair because I've had this pair for 3 years. I need another one for future, you know, just ready to go. Usually, you know, these things go, the leather, it's good, but I've seen some old Cush NCs on Goodwill.com, and they were kind of disintegrated. I'm like, oh no, this can't happen to mine. Reupholstered them. Speaking of which, my Bullfrog 400 has just shipped yesterday. Woo! Can't wait. Can't wait. Not like I need it, but I want it. Elon Musk. Oh, for sure, but having kids is awesome, man. I wouldn't trade it. Right, man. You know, yeah, it can, you know, you think about it. Be real. You know, yeah, they're going to slow you down a little bit. But in my position, it sped me up. It helped me out. It got me straight, man. 100%, dude. Just because. Just because. You know, it makes you grow up a little bit faster. And sometimes some people need it a little bit more than others. And it's not like I ever, you know, would have not went into car audio beforehand. I was already in it, obviously. Started, man, as a kid, but car audio, like, straight as soon as I got my license. Didn't have any kids then. I think. Just kidding. Pretty close. But, you know, I was on a standstill anyway. I was on a standstill, and it's just, you know, you gotta live right, man. You gotta live right, and everything happens for a reason. Everything happens for a reason. Vibrators on your ears. Yes. I'm probably so far behind on the comments. It's okay. They are comfortable for sure. Have not listened to yet. Just connected them first time now. You're going to love them, man. They sound really good. Long as they're better than my Astros. I'm not a headphone guy. Really not. Like professional level. SJC, I personally think that 2 of the gold letters in the seal box would sound great. Of course, they'd have to be 15s. You know, the 15 has an FS of what, 31 or 34. The 12 has FS of 37, and then the 10 has an FS of 41. So the 15s probably would be the best because they have the lowest FS. Now, that's within reason, but they need like 1.8 cubes or 2 cubes minimum sealed, I think, or maybe it's 3. I think it's 3 to 5 ported, 1.8 to like 3 or 4 sealed each. But either way, I mean, 2 15s in a sealed box it's pretty big. 2 15s no matter what. Smaller than sealed ported box, so a lot of space. But yeah, I think the 15s probably would, you know, dip down the easiest to get a lower F3. 100%. Bass heads love Tabor 2s more. You know, you can push them a little bit harder with some aftermarket DSP, aka Spotify, called clipping. Baba, we can do some bleach tricks because they... What? I don't even know. So, Andy, how did you like using my product for controlling your level on videoing live in the lab last week? No cords dragging around. NGA technology, the Bluetooth bass knob that you guys know that are in the show watching normally every day, every week, though I'm live, know about Will's product. I just can't wait till it's ready to be, you know, released, man. I do need to call you on a few things that I just want to talk to you about, but it was flawless. Flawless, and it's perfect, man, for what it does. It's awesome. I can't wait for it to be available because I had a few guys actually ask in the comments. Go through that video that I did with the gold letters. They're in there. People were asking about them. They subscribe to your YouTube channel, but they want to get them. And that's why I don't really push it too much, because when it's ready, I'm ready to push it. It's already bad enough with the kicker stuff, man. It's not here, but I'm pushing it. I want it to be available, you know, so these guys can go grab it. I know it takes time, and I have a prototype, if you want to call it that, behind the scenes stuff, and I feel blessed to have that. But man, we got to get this ready as soon as you can, man, because people, they are nibbling. They are nibbling. Loved it. Get out of here, kicker clocks. I need more kicker clocks. When are the new KX and IQ amps being released? IQ, they're done. KX, they're done. Now, are they going to make new ones? Cannot say. Cannot confirm nor deny. Because I don't know, but I got a few winks when I was down Stillwater on IQ stuff. KX, haven't heard a thing. Any new Andy merch this year? Andy, yes, soon. Soon. And I need to do some tweaking on the older ones too. That's what I'm doing after the show tonight. I've been playing Sims 4 way too much. And working on the quad box way too much. But yeah, I was actually having a few issues. Thank you so much, Super. Love the show. Thank you. I was actually having a few issues with the quad box, like I was saying earlier, that Kayla kind of helped me out with. When I first hooked it up, I was playing it and I had the high pass all the way up. Low pass, whatever. I had it all the way up. And that's how I had it on the last amps. And I'm like, well, let's try that. Same settings as the other ones. See how it goes. And I'm playing it and amp goes out. I'm like, oh, I had a feeling. It was like a higher note, some country song on XM radio. Wasn't even like playing a song yet. And I'm like, okay, that figures. Okay, so I'm gonna have to turn that down. And I'm messing with this thing, right? I turned the crossover all the way down to 50 instead of 200. You know, it's cutting off everything. And I have some systems that work like that and they work fine. But it would still do it randomly. And I'm like, what is going on? Like, it's not even like it's full tilt. Sometimes it's full tilt, sometimes it's not. And it just goes out and comes back on. I'm thinking the amps are going to protect. So I'm going back and forth. I'm messing with the gain. I'm messing with the bass boost. I'm messing with everything, trying to dial this in because I'm fighting with it shutting off. I'm fighting with the wah-wah because of the key lock. And I'm like, I'm getting upset. I'm like, it sounds louder, but I can't get it to sound good everywhere, and it keeps shutting off. And I don't know if it's the voltage or if it's the impedance or if it's the key lock. I'm looking 3 different directions, and I love troubleshooting. I love it. So I finally get the car home and I show Kayla and I'm like, this is what I'm dealing with. And I go and pound on the lid of the amps because I'm mad. You know, I slam on it and I like pound on it. Amp shut off. I'm like, huh. That's not normal. There's a problem here. So I'm going through everything. I'm picking up the key lock. I'm hitting it. Still going out. I'm unhooking the amp RCAs. Hitting it. Still going out. I'm lost. And I don't know what the heck's going on. And I had to unhook the main power wire on the distributor on the Pilot. I'll show you exactly what it was. You know, whenever I found out what it was, I'm like, are you kidding me? I'm not surprised. But why was only the key lock shutting off? It wasn't the amps. The amps were staying on. The key lock was going off. And I'm like, why is the key lock going off? The amps aren't going off. I'm unhooking the power wires, you know, the main constant and ground to, oh, there we go, to, you know, everything that's over here, right on the top, because those are the connectors that go to, you know, the key lock, the key 200, everything. So I'm like, man, okay, I'm whacking this thing and it just randomly shuts off. Down here is my distributors, power and ground, power's on bottom, ground's on top. Big main guys goes from 1/0 to 4 gauge. Yeah, I'm clamping 4,000 watts, I got 4 gauge here. Because of distance. If you look on the bottom right there, or bottom left should I say, there's a little wire that goes into a 1/0 input. That is the constant for the bass knob, okay? Now, this wire was the problem. It was loose. As soon as I put it back in correctly, didn't matter how many times I whacked it, it never went out. It was only shutting off the key, which is on the far right side, but you can't see in this photo here. was the key lock, was the only thing shutting off. The key 200 was not shutting off. But right before we figured this out, this bottom amp was shutting off and not the other one. And I'm like, huh, there's something up. Why is it just one or what? That's when I looked over here. Pulled one wire and I'm like, oh, that's it. That's it. So it had nothing to do with the impedance. It was a loose connection. And I cannot stress it enough. Check your grounds. I thought it was a ground. I thought I was going to have to tear everything apart. Nope. Don't have to tear nothing apart. One simple connection. And now I turn it up, crossover wide open. Doesn't matter. Never shuts off. But, you know, going into it, I'm thinking, man, I really screwed this thing up, you know? And, nope. Just something stupid. Alan, thank you for tuning in, man. I miss you, buddy. I hope you're doing well, man. El Fuego, I cannot pass this up. El Fuego, listening live from my local inpatient physical rehabilitation center. I hope to be fully engaged in the chat soon. Thanks for everyone support. El Fuego, we love you. We miss you. Thank you for commenting here. I hope you're doing well, man. I really do. I see a super chat from Bubba, and it's probably for you, El Fuego. We love you, man. We miss you. Damn. Glad to see you back, man. Glad to see you back. And Bubba says, guess who's back? Back again. Fuego's back. He's our friend. Hit that like, hit that like, hit that like. Come on now. Is that how it goes? Thank you, Bubba. Appreciate you, man. Man, I need to catch up on my singing classes. Thank you so much for the $20 super chat. And yes, El Fuego is back. I'm glad I didn't skip through that comment, man. I am happy. I am happy. Thank you so much, Bubba. Thank you. CM Enclosures. Hey, Andy, was cooking, but I could hear the show. Hey, it's all good, man. Thank you for tuning in, listening. You know, I do that too, man. All the podcasts. All of them. Andy, selfie, shirt time, show it, yo. What is this selfie you guys are talking about? Fuego is here. The shirts, Andy. Dude, the costs are great. I was being serious. Costs, they used to be great, yeah. I have costs. Oh. I don't know where they went. It's been a while. I do have a pair of Koss headphones from like 94 from a Ford Aerostar. You know, it's got like the 3/8 aux input too, the big one. Bobby B, hello everyone from Disneyland. Bobby, you're late. You're real late. You're real late. 25 earlier saying make it rain. Bob was like, say less. Say less. Damn, Krista Fish is stealing the show tonight. Zoomies. I know. I don't know what he's doing right now. How you doing, bud? Tank looks super clear. It actually has two filters. It has a, I'll show you guys. It has a regular filter that it came with, you know, your normal whatever. And then the other one is a bio sponge filter. There we go. That's the thing. Sponge filter right there in the back. Those are nice because then they're good for fry small fish because there's no like intake per se. It's just, you know, bubbles, vacuum, all that fun stuff. And a second filter in there just because. Why not? Why not? How you doing, Chris? He looks good, man. All his fins are back. You can actually see he has a little bit. It was because whenever the tank was cycling, see the black on his fins right there? That's from ammonia burn. That happens to mostly goldfish, any fish with fins really, but you see it really a lot in goldfish. When the tank cycles and you see it get cloudy, that's an algae bloom. And in that period, goldfish are pretty tough, but their skin gets burned from the ammonia. And, you know, it happens when you cycle. That's why you want to kind of cycle it ahead of time. But honestly, with a brand new tank, even with media in there, it's still going to have a little bit of an ammonia spike when it first starts. That's why once you get a fish tank going, you don't want to mess with it. Just like car audio, when you get everything set up, don't throw a bigger amp and more subs on it without upgrading your electrical. Got to do everything together, man. Kids are awesome no matter the lows, man. You know, couldn't say it any better, man. You know, and it's just, they make you want to do it more, you know. It's just like, and then you have something to do with them, you know. It's amazing, man. Who is Dolores? Take a wild guess. Who's Johnny? That's what I want to know. Who's Johnny? Appreciate you guys, man. Jay Lee, I posted the quad box of Comp R8 on Discord, and man, they sound very good for what they are. Was that on my Discord, or was that on 14.4 or 10.9? I'm gonna have to take a look here. Let's see. What do we got going on Discord? It's been a while. Been slacking. Quote of the day. I can't. Quote of the day. I'm officially retired from the post office. From Deviant himself. That's great. But I think there was something else. Let me see. Oh, photos for live shows. There's nothing else. Okay, it must have been something on a side comment or something like that. Appreciate you tuning in, guys. Deviant with his funny stuff. I really want to see more gold letter videos to make me purchase one. Say less. Say less. I want to do a video. I had to get the quad box going. Wrecked a motorcycle in November, but doing good. Man, I hope you're doing okay, dude. Man, that's no fun. And yeah, riding out in the winter, there's chances with that, or just every day you take your ride out, man, you're taking a chance. I hope you're okay, and hope the bike's okay. But yeah, man, the gold letter video, I'm going to do it in that same box you guys seen it in, just because, and then eventually build a custom box for either, you know, probably the 15. I mean, you could get nice 143s out of this thing without even trying too much in an SUV, and that's kind of what I want to do. We got a super chat from Dave. I cannot skip over this, man. I am so far behind in the comments, but you guys are killing it in the comment section. That's what's a great. I look at analytics a little bit, and we'll have like 600-700 comments, and that's good, man. You want to have a nice conversation. It brings more people here. Look, I am 57 minutes in, and we have 40 people watching. We have more people watching now than when we're halfway in, unless I'm just more interesting now. Thank you, David. Love you, buddy. And yeah, hit the like. Forgot about that. You can't forget about that. Chris McGill. Like Jimmy McGill. Pretty much. Lyle, good luck. Hey, bud, I'm running 2L78Q class at 4 ohms on an Rockford Fosgate T1500 BDCP. You think it will handle at 1 ohm? You know what? I'm going to be getting that on Tuesday. Tuesday. It's going to be great. I'm going to be talking about a lot of that stuff. Yeah. I mean, isn't that 1 ohm stable, or is it 2 ohm? If it's 2 ohm stable and you're running at 1 ohm, I'm going to get into that on Tuesday, like, kind of. But you really got to test it, man. You got to test it, and before you do it, go into it knowing that my amplifier might not walk out of this ring, you know? Or it's going to be fine, and I'm louder, you know? Just go in there walking into it thinking like that, and you'll be fine. Running down on lower impedances on amplifiers, and if your electrical's good, it gives you a better chance of things going well, you know? But I feel like you should be fine. I think, isn't that 1 ohm stable? If it's not, yeah, you should be okay, but it depends the enclosure. It depends the impedance curve. It depends what kind of music you play. If you'd play 45 to 50 hertz all day and that's where your enclosure is efficient at, we wouldn't even be having this conversation. You wouldn't have no problem. But then if you try playing music that's way too high or way too low, your impedance curves, your impedance drops, that's where things can go bad. And that's why, you know, I just got amps that, you know, we're a little bit closer. I was wiring way far down. Half ohm on a 2 ohm amp, and it's kind of pushing it. Half ohm on a 1 ohm amp, 1 ohm on a 2 ohm amp. It all depends the enclosure, the driver, what you're trying to do, what you're trying to play. Appreciate you tuning in, Lyle. Appreciate you guys. We got Franco. What is up, Franco? That's pretty good, Andy. I know I'm so far behind on the comments, man. Andy can be Rookie of the Year, October 2023. Yes. I mean, Kibo's got the Rookie of the Year, man. You got to give it to him. See? I ain't taking Kibo. See? Come on, man. You guys act like I don't know what's going on. Appreciate you guys, man. Let's see what else I can find here in the comments section. Alright. Now we got Randy back. Living loud with Randy. Yeah, Donkey Kong. That's what I'm saying. Deviant for life with a $1.99 super chat. That Chris needs a larger than 1 gallon tank fund. You know, once I get everything going, this stand. This is actually a 1.5 gallon tank. Thank you very much. It's just bowing a little bit here, and that's why I got this nice piece of wood over there just ready to go underneath this computer, and it'll be better. But before all that, I was already been looking for a table to fit here because God, it is so tight here with everything that I got going on here. I got this electric table that's amazing. Oh, come on, man. See, this is failing me. I don't like that. I'd rather just go into it knowing that I don't have to click nothing and it's good to go. But I should be able to see on my oh, come on. Unable to connect. See, you're not coming in clutch, man. Not coming in clutch. There we go. Now we're good. I'm going to use the hard wire instead. I was about to tonight, too. Anyway, let me zoom that back a little bit. As you can see here, this table's kind of given. Look at that. It's given. So I got a piece of wood that's going to go right underneath here and just equal out the weight. But either way, this right here is just not very strong. I wanted to get a table, but as you can see, it's really tight where the glass table is and everything connects. Right now, he's actually sitting on the bottom of a kicker battery for an IK350 to equal out the weight so it's not bowing in the middle of it, and it actually helps a lot. But I was looking for a table that was this size and a little bit stronger that'll fit in between here and here and here. You know, it's very, and it's just, it works, so I'm just going to make this top stronger. But with water, man, it is so heavy. Every gallon is 8 pounds, give or take. So this is like literally like 12, 15 pounds just sitting here, and the computer's probably that too. And this has a weight about 50 to 70 pounds, it says that it can handle. I don't know. I doubt it. But that's where I'm at with that. So I don't know about a bigger than 1 gallon. I got 2 75 gallons downstairs, 2 55s, a 60, a 30, 2 30s. And yeah, I think that's it. I'm okay. Thank you so much, though, Deviant. It's just, you know, so much space here. I'm waiting on Kicker to get a fish. They need a kicker fish as well. Pirata TV. I love these questions. What 10-inch kicker sub sounds good with rock music? Because these are the questions that get passed up so many times, and these are the questions that so many more people have compared to other people that have questions. What sounds good to rock music? And you kind of, you got to give them simple but yet sort of right answers, because there is no right or wrong or absolute truth of what works with rock music. But give them something that's going to work good. You know, if you're going to run rock music, and this is really what you want, and rock music can be all over the place. So you want a subwoofer and an amplifier that can control itself very well for good transients, just good response, and an enclosure that's going to replicate that. So a sealed enclosure can help with artifacts that get lost, and just, you know, how sound is made because of port delay and all the chuffing and all this other stuff with ported enclosures. Not saying that you can't get a good rock sounding system, because my quad box plays rock great within reason. You know, if I try playing one rock song, it sounds great, sounds killer, sounds clean. I play another rock song, it sounds mushy. The sealed enclosure kind of, I feel like it covers a lot of errors in the songs, or just, you know, of inaccuracies that we hear because it's bass, it's not mids and highs. So sealed is a little bit better for rock music, and that's why a lot of people say to go with sealed, and there's reasons behind it. But, you know, what 10-inch kicker sub? So, you should go with sealed. That's what I'm telling you. It's my opinion. It's not fact. MBE. But I would go with maybe a Comp Q, honestly. It's going to have a nice weighted motor, weighted driver, good control, sound quality. It's going to kick it on rock. And especially being a 10, I'd go with a Comp Q if you can get your hands on one. Appreciate you guys, man. I really do. Cornet said people joined because they heard you were singing. You know what? I think you're right. Baba had me going there, you know. We'll go with that, Cornet. We'll go with that. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate you guys. You know, it feels so cool to have the studio finally running up. Like, it's 98% running good. You know, there's not an issue. There's not an issue. I mean, there's always an issue. Life is not perfect. But this is great. You know, even Dub was like, hey, look at Andy switching back and forth on his camera setups. Like, it's just great. Like, I got everything going here. And it's just, you know, I'm happy that everything's running. And you guys, if it wasn't for you guys, none of this would be happening. I'll be sitting here with my laptop that's glitching. What is Andy saying? I don't know what he said, but something about a square sub. I don't know what he's saying. Laro, Andy was singing. You didn't miss much. See, then there's that. Then there's that. Kool-Aid! Andy won me a free headphone. A few extra views is no biggie. Hey, absolutely, man. Absolutely. That's how we get you first. We get you with the headphones, and then we come with something bigger. And then you still watch. All right, let me scroll down here. Chris is officially a member of the car audio community. You heard it here first, folks. Get L-shaped table, Andy. Man, I was already looking at them. Problem is, okay, do you see these walls? This is at a 45, well, 90-degree angle. Okay, it's a corner, and I'm sitting at a 45 from that corner. So if I would do an L, the table wouldn't go all the way and then be flush to the wall, like this one is. There would be a gap somewhere, and I didn't want to have to be stuck positioning my table because of my background. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, my table, I can move this any which way I want, and then this one I can move any which way I want because that's how I shoot. Even my camera is actually firing a little bit more towards the right. It is not dead on, and that's why I set more towards the left. And there's just, you know, it's just space. Space. Oh, man. You know, trust me, I looked at every single Amazon table, and this one was the best one, just because I can do this. How cool is that? Like, goodbye, everyone. You know, and it just, I don't know. It works because, like, when I'm working on a computer, I can slide my chair in because there's barely any space back here, and makes more room for that. Or if I want to stand up and do a presentation, like, I could actually do that. I got to watch how long my wires are with everything. But I could actually stand up, and then I could, you know, if I really wanted to, I could adjust the camera some. But the table does go up higher. But I do not know how long my cords will go. Plus my oh, you can't even see it from over there. My umbrella might hit the ceiling, but I can adjust that too. I got adjustment on virtually everything on this computer and this setup. Like, it's great and I love it. It's one step at a time. So L-shaped table, they even have an electronic. That was a no. That was a no, but good idea, Dub. Good idea. I appreciate you guys, man. Trust me, I try to think of everything. Like Paul Wall, yes. Let me scroll down here. Custom enclosure design. This is Jeff, right? Your quad box has me so impressed, man. You know, you can get louder. You know, my scores are a little bit lower for the quad box, for the power. But I'm sitting on a third row seat. I got car seats. My Pilot it's pretty soundproof in like a way where it's soft. It's not hard metal, you know, it's not a Suburban or a Tahoe that's stripped and sitting on a nice... If you have an enclosure that's sitting on a piece of wood that's braced to the vehicle, it's louder. I'm telling you, 9 chance out of 10, it's louder than one that's sitting on like cushion of carpet and seats. It's just not as loud. It's not. I appreciate that though, man. Really do. Good old Brandon Boyd won't leave me alone about his quad box being louder. I'm like, listen, bro, how many kids you got? Oh, that's right. Okay. Well, you still use everything in my car. Chris would be the under the R in kicker in the 5. Wait, Chris would be under the R in kicker in 5-gallon tank. Under the R. Oh, you know what? I do actually have a space to do that, but then it would be kind of hard to see in this shot. That would be the problem, but I could do that eventually where he would be out of shot for most shots, but it would be over there for this shot since I really do like this shot having this over here. Oh, come on. Where's the thing at? Is that working? Yep. And it's great because I actually do have live view now with the ATM Mini Pro. So like before I do anything, it shows me what's on that camera there, my screen share, the second camera and the first camera, and any kind of files that I've uploaded on the ATM Mini. Preview program shows all kinds of stuff that's switching. But it does the trick. So anyway, over here, I could do something more. I got more space to do something here. So that would definitely be an idea to make it a little bit bigger, a little bit better. Absolutely. Man, we're really running over time tonight, but I'm moving. Gears are moving, man. Gears are moving. And with another account, ladies and gentlemen, we want Cookie Monster back. I didn't even realize he fell, and I took him off because I was adding water. I was adding water to the tank.
That's yummy.
Cookie. We love cookies. Thank you, 25. And another one. And another one. Not much room, but sweet setup. Yeah, absolutely, dude. This room is like 10 by 12, maybe. And then it's got like a nice little L corner in there. It was Bryson's room, and I took it. And now Bryson has the other room. So... Man, Kicker headphones can't stream 2 devices same time. It connects to, but only plays 1. Yeah, with the Bluetooth, I don't know. Yeah, I know what you're saying there. I know, I remember, I think I tried using it Bluetooth with the mic for streaming, and it didn't really work too well. I would just do line in, but honestly, I wouldn't use these mics anyway. Or if you're, I don't know exactly what you're talking about. Weekly Chris Shot! He's sleeping off the Kicker beer buzz. That's it. That's it. Cookie Monster talks. Yes. 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 He says a few things here.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. We love cookies.
Oh, he's getting angry.
Tasty cookie. That's yummy.
And you can get those little t-shirts for your own Cookie Monster at Living Loud with Andy on my website. Just go to my website that's on my channel. It's in the About section. It'll take you to everything. Merch store's there. He fell off the wagon. Yeah, he gets... It's a hard... That's not a very comfortable seat. I need to find him somewhere nicer eventually here. This is my life. Yes. Well, on that note, yeah, everyone's leaving. I'll see you guys. I don't want to keep you too long anyway. But I'll show that intro again with the quad box in case you missed it earlier. And do not forget you guys at the Caboose, man. Love you guys. I will see you Tuesday. Please tune in Tuesday. I'm telling you. This is like future me telling you to watch the show, and the end of the show, make sure that you tune in. I'm telling you guys. See ya. Stay living loud. We got the quad box. Each CX1800 is wired at half ohm. Let's see what we can get. We are in the kick and sealed up first. Watts. Let's try Outlaw. Turn up the gain. $149.8 only clamp at 1300. 150. That ain't bad because we have a car seat back here. We got a car seat, well, 2 car seats, and I'll take it, man. 150.2, clamping 3,000 watts. Well, 3,200. Not bad at all. Test 2, I did it off camera. We got to just burst into it to get louder. Can't roll into it. Electrical dies. Let's see if we can get that 150.4 again. That's a 46 hertz, frequency lower too. That is awesome. That Outlaw is awesome. For the win. All right, now for the win. See this? Oh, there's some mud there. If you see this, it's because I tried to get even louder. The tests I previously did had the box all the way slid back, and I remembered whenever I did this the first time, the box was slid all the way, well, not all the way back, but pretty close. So let's slide this thing back. Box Thank you, Bubba. Back. Let's get it. All right, thank you, William. Back in the kick, box is slid back. Let's just see what we can get here, huh? Watch this. Yes, gained 0.2 dBs and clamping around the same power, about 3,300 watts. That is awesome. Now, was it worth it? Absolutely. Absolutely. Taco Bell about wraps that up for sure. Thank you, SJC. And it's actually a little bit louder with the seats up. Some SUVs are like that. I don't know why. My Volvo was, so was the Pilot. It doesn't make a huge difference for some reason. I don't know why. I have no idea. 25 says he's caboose. You know you got a super chat, right? 25? Oh, and Cornet comes in with the 14.4 super chat. I think Deviant was on to something here. I think he was foreseeing exactly what? Yep, Cornet early, but is he early? I think he's right on time. I'll see you guys on the next one. Stay living. Oh, Bubba took it on!